Hey everyone, Rachel here. So guys, I'm going to be bringing back the case study series where we dig into real-life immigration application refusals to find out what went wrong and of course how to avoid making the same mistakes. So whether it's study permits, PGWPs, or PR applications, we're here to help you learn from others' experiences. So I'm just going to dive right into it and talk about Nadine's story. So pretty much Nadine put a lot of effort into her study permit application, but it got rejected. So we're going to take a look at her case to try to understand her situation from different angles, one from the visa officer's perspective, and of course Nadine's own take. This will help us pinpoint some key strategies to make your application stronger. So without further ado, here's Nadine's story. So Nadine is a mother and aspiring student originally from Lebanon, but she's been living in Qatar with her husband and 3 children since 2009. Nadine decided to pursue her studies at La Salle College in Montreal, Quebec. She enrolled in a 3-year program in special care counseling for children. Her journey into special education has been deeply influenced by her personal experiences, as 2 of her children both have autism. Prior to that, Nadine held a bachelor's degree in management and marketing from the University of Lebanon. She also worked as a teaching assistant for children, where she discovered her true passion for supporting children with special needs. Financially, Nadine and her family were set. Like, they submitted bank statements showing they had savings equivalent to 448,000 Canadian dollars, almost $500,000, and they owned 4 properties in Lebanon. So where's this money coming from? Well, her husband had a stable job as a manager at an engineering firm in Qatar, making about 8,900 Canadian dollars per month. Now, with all this, it looked like Nadine was on the right path to achieving her study goals in Canada, right? But in July 2018, the visa officer refused Nadine's study permit application, and her family's temporary resident visas were also denied. Now, imagine being a visa officer reviewing Nadine's application. I mean, several factors might raise concerns about her intentions that could have led to her refusal. So let's try to figure out what was brewing inside the visa officer's head. First, risk of not returning. So given the significant social, economic, and political instability in Lebanon, there's a risk that individuals may not return if they leave. So this creates doubts about whether someone might seek to settle permanently in another country if given the opportunity. Second, residency status in Qatar. Now, although Nadine's case study did not explicitly mention her residency status, it's possible that she holds only temporary status in Qatar rather than permanent residency. So this uncertainty raises concerns about her intention to return to Qatar after her studies in Canada. Third, family responsibilities. So Nadine is an older applicant with 3 children. And it is relatively uncommon for someone with such family responsibilities to pursue education abroad, which might raise questions about her true intentions on whether she plans to study or potentially seek a new life in Canada. Number 4, financial stability. While Nadine's family appears financially secure, with savings of around $500,000 Canadian dollars and multiple properties, there are concerns about why her husband, who earns a substantial income of 8,900 Canadian dollars per month, would leave his job to support her studies in Canada. I mean, if you think about it, this decision seems inconsistent with maintaining their financial stability. Number 5, career shift. Nadine's educational background is in management and marketing, which is a sharp contrast with her current pursuit of childcare counseling. This significant career shift, without a clear explanation, adds another layer of concern about her application. And finally, although a bit of a stretch, there could be potential reliance on social and healthcare benefits. I mean, I think the visa officer might also be concerned that Nadine's autistic children could access Canada's social and healthcare benefits, which could be seen as a potential burden. So taken together, these factors might create a picture of an applicant whose intentions could be perceived as inconsistent with the purpose of a study permit. So, what happened next? Well, determined to challenge the refusal, Nadine and her family sought a judicial review. And by Feb 2019, their case was heard, and the judge found that the visa officer's decision had been procedurally unfair. So wait, what does procedural fairness mean? Well, it's about ensuring that the decision-making process is fair, rather than focusing solely on the decision itself. So procedural fairness includes several key aspects. Disclosure of evidence is one, wherein each party should have the chance to see the evidence presented by the other party, and right to provide evidence, wherein each party should be able to present evidence to address any concerns. Now, this is where it gets interesting because in Nadine's case, the officer failed to uphold procedural fairness by not allowing her and her family the opportunity to address the credibility concerns raised. This lack of opportunity to respond was a clear violation of procedural fairness principles. And so, as a result, the judge's final verdict was to allow Nadine's application to be revisited. This means her application will go under review again, but we don't know for certain if the new application was approved or not. Now let's explore what Nadine might have presented to persuade the judge to reopen her case and review the factors that could strengthen her application. First, relevant experience and career goals. So Nadine's decision to pursue childcare counseling aligns closely with her personal experiences as she has 2 children with autism. This motivates her to specialize in supporting children with special needs. Although her background is in management and marketing, her brief yet relevant experience as a teaching assistant complements her new career goals. So here, studying in Canada is seen as a necessary step for acquiring specialized skills to facilitate this career shift. Second, immigration status in Qatar. Now, Nadine might address concerns about her lack of permanent residency in Qatar by demonstrating her compliance with immigration laws. She can argue that her temporary status should not be viewed as a deterrent, as she has adhered to all the legal requirements and respects the immigration regulations. 3, family and employment stability. Her husband's stable and well-paying job in Qatar provides a solid foundation for their return. Nadine can explain that his high-paying job ensures financial stability and supports the likelihood of their return after her studies. Additionally, she might point out that Qatar's immigration policies favor their return, given that her husband's work permit is linked to his employment and he is expected to secure necessary permits for their continued stay. 4, family integration. Nadine's decision to bring her family with her during her studies reflects her commitment to integrating her academic pursuits into her family life. This approach shows that she is not abandoning her responsibilities, but rather managing her studies within the context of her family. 5, financial considerations. Financially, the family is well off, with significant savings and her husband's substantial income providing a safety net. Nadine can address the concern of her husband leaving his high-paying job by suggesting that he might support her during the adjustment period or consider working remotely. And finally, number 6, on the reliance on social and healthcare benefits. So Nadine could provide evidence that her children will not rely on these benefits. And these can include the following: private medical insurance, where she can provide proof of comprehensive private insurance coverage for her children; financial assurance, or a statement that the family's substantial savings will cover any medical or social needs for her children; or third, previous self-sufficiency, or basically a letter explaining that Nadine has managed her children's care for several years without relying on social or healthcare programs. Now, what can we take away from this case study? Firstly, identify and address any weak points in your application. If there are concerns about your ties to your home country or your financial situation, provide clear explanations and solid evidence. Your statement of purpose letter should be compelling and concise, directly addressing your reasons for choosing to study in Canada. Next, present your arguments convincingly. While identifying weaknesses is crucial, presenting your case in a persuasive and structured manner truly makes the difference. This involves clearly articulating your genuine intention and commitment to your studies. Show that your personal motivations and your previous experiences align with your future goals. But more importantly, provide a detailed plan that connects your past education and work experience with your aspirations. Finally, keep it short and to the point. Visa officers don't have much time to read through lengthy essays. Make your case clearly and succinctly, focusing on your intentions and plans. And also, by understanding the visa officer's perspective and presenting a well-documented, logical argument, you can strengthen your application and improve your chances of approval. Anyway, that's all for today. If you found Nadine's story and my analysis insightful, and you want to hear more case refusals like this, consider subscribing to our channel, liking this video, and of course, hitting the subscribe button below. Thank you for watching. Take care and be kind. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.